Plaintiff Davidra Baker says when she was 16, the defendant found her and told her they were sisters. Davidra claims her father, who was in prison most of her life, constantly changes his story on whether or not the defendant is his daughter. So Davidra petitioned the court for a sibling DNA test. Defendant LaVanya Smith Davis says Davidra's father was in her life until he went to prison. And after he got sick, he contacted LaVanya and asked her to reach out to his other children. And that's how she learned of Davidra. LaVanya hopes the DNA test will confirm that Davidra is her sister.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
You all are here petitioning the court for a DNA test, correct?
Correct.
All right, and we're here to determine sibling relationship. All right, tell me some background.
Well, growing up, we didn't have our father in our life, me and Maria, which is my younger sister, here. He was incarcerated for most of our life. During that time frame, he was married to my mother. He began to become abusive and mentally and physically. Therefore, she divorced him after he had an injury where he lost his arm on a job. So he began to use drugs, and that's where the abuse came in, and she divorced him. We lost communication with him from that time forward because he was incarcerated. When I was about the age of 16, LaVanya found me in an apartment complex. We were living in the same area. She informed me she was my sister.
You all lived in the same area?
In the same area. She came to me, told me she was my sister, age 16. My mother moved again. So we lost contact, no communication.
And did she tell you how she knew?
She didn't tell me how she knew. She just told me she was my sister.
Okay.
My mom, of course, I'm under her knee, her wing, so where she go, I had to go. Losing communication again. She found me, LaVanya, again at the age of 21.
How did you all catch up then? It was internet by then, I suppose.
It was internet by then, but she didn't find me through the internet. Our father actually contacted me first while he was incarcerated.
Your father?
Yes.
Or you all's father?
Yes, wanted to build a relationship with me while he was incarcerated, and I told him that
Too
was
late?
not going to happen. No, I'm not going to be a pen
Don't come after the
pal.
child support is expired.
Exactly. I said no. I said contact me.
That's an old
when.
trick. Don't call me when I'm 18. What was you, 18 on the nose, wasn't you?
And yep, don't call me to be your pen pal. Don't call me to be your pen pal. That's the negative. So I told him no. He ended up, I guess, giving her my information, and she found me again. She told me she was my sister. From that point forward, we pretty much built a bond through our children. I have pictures of us together on trips.
Pictures of the two of you all?
All three of us, our two boys, and at my wedding.
These pictures you?
Yes.
Let me hear from you. You give me some background.
Well, as a little girl, I was told there was two men in my life, and I had a relationship with David up to 8 years old, and then David disappeared, and I got a phone call from the facility in like 1999 from David to let me know that he's sick, and he wanted me
David is who? I'm sorry.
Our father.
Okay.
And he wanted me to reach out to the other kids, which is the Virgin Maria, and around 1999, I want to say 1999-2000, I had contact with Davidra until they moved until 2005. In the midst of everything, as David was incarcerated, I was basically felt like I was more of a pen pal, and I'm just wanted to know if he's my father or not, basically.
And what's the status of your dad now?
Where is he at now? Or
is he in prison or deceased?
No, actually, he's home chilling.
Oh.
Yep, he alive. He's alive and well.
And he believes you all are siblings as well because he's the one that has told you, right?
Well, he's wishy-washy about it. Can she step forward to
yes,
say
please. One minute he say you are, and the next he say you're not, huh?
So when he's upset, can't get your way.
I'm Maria Baker. I'm the younger sister of the three of us.
All right.
Pretty much the doubt comes from ever since our father's been released from prison, we've all been in contact with him.
How long ago was that?
Probably about 2 years ago, approximately 2 years ago. And when he's upset with Lavanya and he tries to talk to one of us about it, we really don't do the negative vibes, but it goes from him having 3 children to 2 children. So when he's upset, she's no longer the daughter. And when he's in a good mood, then she's our sister again. So that plays a big role in, you know, us not knowing the truth. And we really want to know because we have bonded. And regardless of what the results say today, Lavanya gonna always be my sister, and that's gonna her children will always be my niece and nephew.
Thank you.
You know I love her.
Where were you all at? This seemed like a recreation of...
We were in Orlando.
We went to Orlando.
You showed that ugly picture. We was in Orlando.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Doing something. We do a lot of stuff together. Honestly,
We do a lot of stuff. Holidays, birthdays, family vacation, just us 3 and our 3 children.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have a big family, so
It's
pretty much
Good.
us.
Well, hopefully we'll expand it for sure today. How long was your dad in prison?
All our life. Well,
all our life.
Wow.
In and out, or
I met him for the first time at 32, so...
was he in and out, or one case?
I want to say it was 2 cases. 2 cases.
That must have been pretty big cases if he...
maybe he violated, maybe he had another charge and violated at that time, and
All right.
that's what made the year so long.
Here we go. I was looking for the...
Your Honor, can I hold my sister hand while you do the results? Because I'm gone.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. I got you.
Hold her hand. Don't cry. Don't cry. Y'all sisters. All right.
Oh, man. Girl. Go ahead, Maria.
You know, I'm just happy that the results came back, that she is our sister. And, you know, we had some doubt, but in my heart, she was always my sister. And now it's permanent. We know for
She's
sure.
gonna be our sister forever.
Yes.
And I'm
Finally know the truth.
finally know the truth. Thank
David
you.
signed that birth certificate.
That right there.
That's right. Lavanya Baker. Not